Here we go. We are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And if you watched the video I did yesterday, and I hope you do if you have not had the chance, I actually told people I'm doing a video today. I'm going to try and do them more often. It's not always easy, but, you know, anything worth doing doesn't always necessarily have to be easy. So here I am, and hopefully here you are, whether you watch it live or you watch it Memorex, and if you're my age, you have an idea of what that is. If you do, put it in the comments section so we could show everybody, the old people like me, in the house. So, while I'm waiting for people to arrive and see that I am online, if you want to critique my AI art, I wanted to do like a realistic version of Harley Quinn and the Joker if a normal person or normal people decided to do it. Let me know what you think in the comments section of my AI art. And if you see on the bottom of the screen, scrolling by are comics like Amazing Fantasy 15, Batman #2, Wonder Woman 1, etc., etc. These are comic books I'm looking to acquire via a trade. It saves both parties taxes. It can make people acquire books without having to spend money. So I did a video back in November with about 30 to 35 graded comics, like Daredevil #1, Amazing Spider-Man 14, Hulk 181, etc., etc. All key books that I would willing to combine for a trade to acquire any of those items that you see scrolling by. If you know anybody that has one and might be looking to do via trade, contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com, and let's make something happen. I want to get at least one of those before the year's end, because I want to show my subscribers that you can acquire the things that you love, and there are multiple ways to get them, not just thinking, well, I don't have the finances to do it. So with that being said, even if you are not a subscriber, you can join the live chat. I always do a surprise subscriber shout out. The only thing you have to do is participate in the live chat at least once. And if I pick you, there are a couple of little minor bonuses. I'm not going to sit here and think, you know, I'm some major influencer that's going to change the world with it. But hey, if I get you an extra view or an extra subscriber, it's one more than you might have had before. So if you want to take the chance on that, come join the live chat. And if you don't care about that, join anyway, just to have a conversation. So GT Key Comic, always here, always welcome, always appreciated. One of my moderators, welcome. And we got Dr. Valencia Designs is here in the live chat as well. Welcome to one and all. I know this isn't going to be one of those highly watchable videos, because it's going to be an act of kindness. It's not something I get very often, but when I do, I want to show people that I appreciate somebody's generosity. But I think I've had maybe 4 or 5 of these ever since I started my channel, even my original channel. So quality over quantity, and let's get this party started. So let me put on the video camera, because like I said, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people. You'll notice a little difference. I decided to get rid of all that hair on my head and go back to the way I like to be. I consider it the cleansing, and it is what it is. So James Logan is here. Signature King, welcome, says, hello, fellow nerds and non-nerds. Not everybody that collects comics, unless you're proud of that. I mean, I guess with my age and people of my age, when you think of nerds, you think of like Revenge of the Nerds. So I think it has a different meaning these days. Most people in the community would see it as a compliment. But as they say, to each their own. So one of my subscribers, at least I assume they're one of my subscribers, but views all the time and has bought from me in my auction several times, he bought, I'm not going to say the amount, but it was a significant amount that he's bought at my last auction. He bought 3 comics. I'm not going to mention them, because if they want to do a unboxing video, I don't want to spoil it. But they did the 5-month payment plan, and they sent me one of the second payments. So I have all the information, personal information, blocked out. But just to show that to the person, I did receive their money order. And like I said, you know, so people can't say that I'm making these things up. There are people who have done business with me that will send me money orders, send me cash, knowing that they're going to get their comics. And I've had people spend over $5,000 and got everything, no problem. So if you ever want to order from me, please check out my auctions, or, you know, ask me about a book. The worst I can say is, no, I'm not selling it. And speaking of which, if you see in the live chat the link, and I'll post it one last time, I also sell comic book mystery boxes. Each box has 20 comics. It could be anything from a basic package of 20 comics for $25. I mean, you're going to get generic reading comics for people who just want to collect comics, but the face value will be worth more than what you're paying. All the way up to a platinum package of 20 comics, that's $5,000. And let me tell you, there are people that have bought them before. You're not going to get generic comics you never heard of. They're all going to be key books. About 3 or 4 months ago, one of my viewers bought a diamond package, which is, I believe, a $1,500 package, and did an unboxing. So if you do We Love Comics mystery box, you'll see a couple of different YouTubers that show off the comics that I put in there. So if you do an unboxing video, if you buy one of my mystery boxes, post a link to my most recent video, and I'll subscribe to you if I'm not, and I'll promote your link. Try and get you views, because I love watching people's faces and hearing how happy they are. So if you click on that, it goes to my website. You'll see like some pyramids and some natural soaps and things like that, because that's another business of mine that I still do. Scroll down all the way to the bottom until you see the comic section, and then you'll see the different packages from there. Frank Robert Johnson is here. Says, "Hi Chris, I have been meaning to reach out to you, but I've not done it and need to apologize for not doing it yet." No need to apologize. If you ever need to contact me, please do. And I know that life, sometimes gets in the way, so never apologize for, not making me the priority, because, the only people that are going to make me their priority is my wife, probably my cats, and probably my mother. Other than that, I can completely understand. So if you ever want to contact me, Frank, you know my email, but just in case if you don't, peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. And whatever you need to reach out with me with, please do. All right, so we got enough people in here. Well, at least I'm assuming. I can't see how many people have hit the like button or how many viewers. So if you want to hit the like button, awesome. Just don't hit the person next to you, because that's not a really nice thing to do. So while I was saying, this person, and I'll just say their first name, Kim, whether that's their real name or not is irrelevant. If it is, I don't want to give any more information than just the first name. You know how the internet is. But like I said, they said that they were sending me the second of, well, I guess it depends. They might be paying it off early, but at least a 4-month payment plan. And they ended up putting it in one of the Gemini mailers, so I didn't open it right away, because I assumed that that was one of the comics that I'm waiting to have ordered from me. And then when I realized it was them, I thought maybe they just put, the money order in a Gemini to kind of keep people from thinking in the mail, in the post office, that there might be either cash or a money order. And I thought they were just doing it to make it seem not as obvious. So I didn't do a live unboxing, because I just thought inside would be a money order. But he was actually kind enough to include some comics. So Kim, I want to thank you for being very kind. And again, with all the messages I've been getting recently, you guys are amazing. And this is why I like doing what I'm doing. Because there's so many times where I'll make a video and I'll start ranting and talking about different things, and I think no one wants to hear this, no one's going to care. And I get time and time again people not only enjoying it, not only being my power viewers, which are people who watch videos from beginning to end, and ultra power viewers that are people that will click on a video of mine and watch the whole thing every time, even if it's in spurts. It's amazing how many people want me to continue doing that kind of stuff, and how much it really helps them. And in this world of craziness that we live in nowadays, to do something that can help inspire somebody, even 1%, is amazing to me. And I will try and do it as much as possible. Now, I know that the average person doesn't give a rat's behind about what I say outside of comics. But you know what? Again, if you help one person in the world, you never know what that one person might do. They might help a million people. So let's make 2024 not a crazy year, but a healing year, and a year that shows that humans really care about the world and don't want to destroy it. Because, like I said yesterday, and I've said many times, you will manifest what you feel. So if you're scared and angry and full of hate, that's the world you're going to be living in. You can change it. The ones that don't believe in that will never be able to change, and I actually feel sorry for those people. The ones who will give it an opportunity and see the things that I talk about are not just tinfoil hat nonsense, but stuff that can change your life for the better. One person changes their life for the better. To me, that's worth it. Because after I did that video, about 2 or 3 hours, excuse me, I just shaved, so I'm kind of a little itchy. I went on eBay and ended up getting 2 more deals. They're not, grails or anything, but they're definitely books I can turn around easily and got for pretty good prices. So I'll show those once those arrive, but it just keeps happening to the point where I don't even question it anymore. Looks like I still got some shaving to do. All right, so you guys that are here for the comics. So let me show what Kim did. So Kim, again, thank you for your generosity. It's amazing and it's appreciated. They sent me these calendars. There's 2 of them. It's a Marvel Comics 12-month calendar, and each one has a different, I guess, modern comic image. But I put the second one backwards because the back shows, it says the Spectacular Spider-Man #1. So it could be potentially a preview of the new version of, I don't know if it's Ultimate Spider-Man. So if anybody knows about this, let me know. But I just thought, and it's sideways art, I thought that was really cool. They also sent me, and I'm not sure if this says it right, but if anybody knows any information on this, let me know. They sent me a Marvel Previews #27. Because a lot of times you'll get not the first appearance of a character, but the first glimpsing of the character before the first appearance comes out. Now, it's not canon or anything unless they actually put like the actual part of the comic, a couple of pages in a preview. But I still think this is pretty cool. It has a price tag of $20 and then another price tag of $10, but it says first full Marauders, and then I think it says $10.88. So I don't know of any of the significance of this because I've never seen it before, and unless somebody brings it up, I don't really get the Marvel free previews. So if anybody knows any more about this, or Kim, especially you, because you were the one kind enough to send it, let me know. But as you could see, this is probably predates the Ultimate Black Panther #1, and it says Night Falls on Wakanda 1. So again, very cool. And last but not least, they sent me the Marvel Previews 26, which I actually did an unboxing a couple of days ago, saying that I think this is definitely a sleeper pick, because this predates Ultimate Spider-Man #1, which, by the way, is selling now, I see regularly, for about $70 to $100. For me, I'm not sure if those prices are worth it, unless, it really starts booming. But if you bought that for cover price and you could turn around and sell it for $60 to $100, I mean, that's a pretty cool deal. So those are the books. I want to thank him for being very kind and doing something like that. I never do what I do to expect anyone to do anything. Like when I give out my information and my advice, and I give my trade secrets on how I get all the comics that I get, talking about the prices when most people won't, which include shipping and handling and things like that, I never do it expecting or even thinking anybody's going to return any favor or do anything. I just do it because it's the right thing to do. And every now and then, you'll have somebody that'll do something that's kind in this way that really makes me happy that I've chosen the path that I've chosen. And I consider myself very lucky. If you ever go to my other YouTube channel, it's called Barnun11970. That's where I started my YouTube career. I originally had a channel, Barnun11967, but with the death threats and the hate that I was getting back then, I shut that down and then started it up again almost 6 months later or something. But I originally started my YouTube channel back in 2010, shut down the other channel around 2011, and I think I restarted the version that I still have today, Bar None 11970, in 2011 or 2012. I'm not sure the exact time. I think it might have been the November or December of 2011. But I can't make videos outside of little shorts now there because YouTube has banned me for the things I talk about. And if you watch my videos here, you could see I'm not talking about anything that's crazy. But 10 years ago, the things I'm talking about that people are starting to talk about now, I was talking about then. And people thought I was, you know, bat poop crazy, tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. Even though, if you watch some of the videos that I've done for years there, I've been consistent the whole time, talking about how there will never be a World War III, and how, you know, fear is a way to control the masses. I mean, look what's been happening the past couple of years. I mean, the thing about free will is everybody has free will, including the people who might want to try and bring harm to you. But no one could ever do harm to you without your permission, either subconsciously or consciously. So when people say things like, oh, well, I wouldn't ask for the life that I had. Well, if you are like me, and you've seen some snippets of parts of my life that I've dealt with, if somebody would have asked me when I was younger, would I think the life that I have is justified, I would have said no, because of the things I was going through. But because of the things that I had to go through, or maybe subconsciously, like I said, I chose to go through, brought me to become the person that I am today. Now, who's to say if everything was wonderful when I was a kid, that I would have grown up a spoiled brat that didn't care about anybody else and only cared about money? And look at me with all the jewelry I have on and all the fancy cars, and I would have contributed nothing to society. So you never know where you're going to end up. So appreciate the negativity you've had in your life, because if you listen to it for what it is, which is a learning tool, it can help you, if you choose to let it help you and see it as a guide, to bring you to a better place. You know, there's a huge difference between a person who will murder an animal, whether it be for fun, entertainment, or even for food, because there are plenty of ways to get food other than murdering an animal, and that's what my viewpoint. And somebody who rescues and takes care of and saves animals. It can depend on your childhood and the way you were brought up. You know, and that's why, like, I had people the other day trying to claim that I am some right-wing extremist or something. I am an independent. I don't believe in extremes on either side. You know, I believe in the right to bear arms, but I don't believe in people going out sport hunting for fun. You know, I have middle grounds. I can think in different ways. If you're land set on a specific viewpoint, you're only seeing it from your side. You will never see it from other people's side, which means you'll never get perspective and you'll never grow. That's why you see bullies and angry people, like you saw in the live chat the other day. They will be angry for the rest of their lives because they don't have the ability, or they choose, they choose to not recognize the things that they need to work on to improve their life for the better. Because most people want the easy way out, and it never takes them anywhere, and you end up in a vicious cycle. But it's choice. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, the people of the world cannot do anything to you unless you choose to know what they're saying, or at least believe what they're saying is true for you. If you want to live in a world where there's potentially going to be the next boogeyman, or the next world war, or the next alien invasion, or the next this, that, and the other thing, by all means, please do. That's your choice. If you want to experience what it's like to live on this planet filled with fear, anger, and hatred, well, that's an experience you might have to learn. Because if you think about it, if we are eternal beings, and there you go, there's a comic reference, Eternals. If we are energy, and energy lasts forever, it cannot be destroyed, it can only be dispersed, and you never die, you only transform, maybe coming to planets and different Earths and different realities are nothing more than school, where you have to learn things so you can understand the difference between reading about love and actually experiencing love. You can read, like if you ever saw, what is it with Robin Williams when he was the psychiatrist? Not Saving Private Ryan. What the heck was it? Somebody put it in the comments section. It's Not As Good As It Gets. It's with Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and Robin Williams. I'm having a brain fart. But he was talking about when he was sitting Matt Damon's character down in the park, and he's talking about, you could read all you want about war, but until you experience war, you'll never know what it feels like, what it's really like. So maybe this is a school where you come here to learn things. So if you want to come here to learn pain and negativity and anger and hatred, it's still something you learn, and I guess everybody has to learn everything. But remember, with free will, you have the choice, which means you have the choice to not believe what somebody else is trying to program into you is the truth, even if it seems like it, and even if everybody else reacts to it that way. There's a reason why you're seeing movies and TV shows and books and everything talking about, AI and computers and internet and multi-universes and different things like that. Good Will Hunting. Thank you, Florence. There's a reason for that, because they're trying to get people to see what life really is. But unfortunately, the corruptible people take advantage of your free will and the naivety of your own power to guide you through your own choice to believe in something. Like if you're in a maze and I'm in control of that maze and you want to go forward and I don't want you to go forward and I'm not allowed to physically stop you because you have the free will to go wherever you want, well, I have the free will to set a monster in your way, or set a fire in your way, or tell you something scary is ahead. If you choose to believe that or choose to not do anything about it, well, my influence has influenced you, even though you still have the free will to choose what you want. But somebody else influenced it. It's like if you ever know the history of vampires, vampire stories always have to entail that a vampire cannot enter your house unless they are invited. So in other words, if vampires were ever real, and I'm not suggesting they are, I'm going by the story, that if a vampire came to your door and said, "Hi, I'm a vampire. I need you to let me in, because if you don't let me in, then I can't kill you. But if you let me in, I'm going to kill you." How many people would let them in? I mean, unless you have a suicidal death wish, no one in their right mind would say, "Oh, that sounds like a fair deal. Let me let you in so you can kill me." But what if they knock on the door and say, "Hi, I'm the local gas man, and we have a emergency where there's a gas leak, and can we come into your house to check to make sure your house isn't being poisoned?" How many people would say, "Oh, please come right in, check that for me"? So they had the free will. They know they couldn't come in without your permission. You have the free will to say no, but they just didn't tell you the truth and able to manipulate you to allow them to enter under false pretenses. So you can sit there while the vampire is biting your neck saying, "Oh, this is so unfair and this is so unright and so unjust." Well, that person's going to kill you. So it's irrelevant at that point complaining about something because you did not know the scenario. The world is handing you codes. If you ever look at the clock and it says 1, 2, 3, 4 or 11:11, mine is 11:09. I've always had that in my life because I used to live at 11967. I was born 11970. I see 11:11 and 11:09 constantly. That's messages saying you're on the right path. And I'll give you a story before I end it, because like I said, some people do appreciate this when it comes to bad things that happen to your life. If you see them as bad and you say, "Oh, this is always going to happen to me," well, the universe is going to give you not what you want, but what you feel, the energy you project. So there's an old Chinese proverb of there's a story where, and I'm not going to say it verbatim, I might get it wrong if I don't say it verbatim, but you'll get the idea. There is a old man in a village, and one day, how does the story begin? Okay, he says that he found a horse. Let's just start there, because I don't know if that's the beginning, but let's just keep it that way. So he tells the villagers this horse just came to his farm, and he now owns this horse. And all the farmers are like, what good fortune? And the farmer says, well, we'll see. His son tries to, how they say they break the horses by riding them to try and control them. The farmer's son tries to break in the horse, and the horse doesn't want to be broken in, starts jumping up and down, knocks the son off of the horse, where the son breaks his leg. And all the people in the village say, oh, what misfortune. And the farmer says, we'll see. A couple of days later go by, and the Chinese military is going from village to village to take any of the young males into battle. And they find that the farmer's son, who would have been taken to battle, could not go because his leg was broken because the horse threw him off. And all the villagers said, what great luck. And the farmer said, we'll see. So that's kind of the premise of that. But what I'm trying to say is, even if something in your life is bad, negative, scary, hurtful, you never know what it's going to help you to change your life for something possibly better down the line, if you can use your free will to see it as, okay, something keeps presenting itself to me, and it's trying to catch my attention. Because nothing catches your attention more than pain or negativity. Because if I do a video after this, complaining, arguing, and ranting, I'll get 1,000 views. But this one will probably get 300-400 at best. Most people feed off of negativity. But negativity grabs your attention. It's the whole fight or flight. If you go up to a wild animal and it starts to bite you, as soon as you feel that pain, you're going to try and either fight it or run away from it. So it's instant. You're not going to sit there and say, wow, this is sad, this is disappointing, this is so unfair. This saber-toothed tiger is gnawing at my arm and it hurts and I don't like it and they shouldn't do that. Well, if you're dumb enough to sit there and complain about it instead of doing anything about it, what do you think's going to happen? Your arm's going to be gone, and then eventually your life's going to be gone, and it's not going to be a fun way to die. So sitting there complaining about how unfair it is and doing nothing about it, your free will has decided, I'm not going to run away, so I'm just going to allow it to happen. You make choices in your life. Everybody makes choices in your life. But everybody comes here to learn something. Stop worrying about what everybody else does. Stop worrying about what everybody else thinks. Stop worrying about what everybody else says. Stop worrying about what everybody else believes. And think of yourself as the only entity in the room sharing a electrical experience in a third dimensional realm with other avatars that are right in front of you that seem just as real as you. And they are just there to be NPCs in your video game, so you can learn where to go. Because remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you play a video game, there's an old saying that says, if you are playing a video game and you encounter enemy after enemy, congratulations, you're on the right path. Because if you're in a video game and there are no enemies, isn't it boring? Won't you shut it off? Your character will not improve. If you don't lift weights, you're not going to gain muscle. So you take the negative part of the pain, the sweat, the time, the possible damage of working out, but the reward is you get muscles, you get in better shape, you become healthier. Somebody may not like to eat broccoli or cauliflower or other things that are really good for you. And most people would rather eat donuts and ice cream because it tastes good, but it's horrible for you. Well, the person that's going to sacrifice their sugar craving and the ease of eating a bowl of ice cream in the morning for broccoli or something they may not even really like at all because it's going to make them healthier, well, they're going to reap the rewards down the line. So if a person spends their life eating ice cream and candy and then complains when they're 40 that they're dying of diabetes, it's nobody's fault but your own. So choose better. Do better. Unless that's the experience you want to experience. Everything in life that's presented to you is brought to you through your magnetism. You ever wonder why somebody is attractive to you? Or somebody that you don't like, you feel like they're repelling? These are all words and situations that are the world, the universe is trying to tell you how things are. You're an electrical being. Electricity can be affected by magnetism, by gravity or magnetism, which is truly what it is. It's not gravity, it's magnetism. That's why you are attracted to things. So anything that comes your way is something that you've attracted to you to learn a lesson. You know, sometimes you have to be in a blizzard to appreciate a nice warm summer day. Sometimes you have to be a jerk to somebody and get punched in the face and have a broken nose to learn maybe you shouldn't do that. Sometimes it takes multiple lifetimes to figure these things out. And that's why we live in infinity. Because most people, and we'll get a little religious here in a sense, for a creation, there has to be a creator. Whatever you believe that to be is fine. I feel sorry for anybody that thinks that there is not a creator out there, whether you want to call him God or the source or whatever. But you have to have a creator to make a creation. The fact that you have been given the ability to have free will means you are truly loved. Most people think, oh, well, why does this God hurt us? Why does this God allow this to happen? Why is this God so cruel? If you murder animals for a living for fun, you think God made you do that? Or a creator did that? Buddha? Or whatever God or Satan or whatever, you think somebody else convinced you to do it, or did you do it on your own? Because even if you're somebody that said, oh, my mind was telling me to kill animals, well, you still have the choice to do it or not, or listen or not. Take responsibility for what you do. So if you have free will, that means you are loved by someone. Because if the people ask for what they really don't want, and that is to not have bad things happen, that means that some entity that has control over your destiny will have to step in and say, no, you can't do that. How are you ever going to learn anything in life if you don't fail? Failure is the greatest teacher of what not to do. But what do most people do? Sit there and cry that they failed. Well, if you cry and you failed and you don't do anything to learn from that, you're going to spend the rest of your life sitting there crying and failing because you're not doing anything. Failure means I don't have to go in that direction anymore. Thank you for showing me that option. Thank you for showing I don't have to go down that road anymore. You know, if you're driving and you don't have a GPS, or the GPS sends you somewhere you didn't want to be, because they do make mistakes, you don't sit there and say, oh, well, you know, I was going to go to my great-grandmother's house before she dies, but I got lost, so there's nothing I can do. I might as well just keep going in the direction and continue being lost. How ridiculous does that sound? And if you're going to sit there and cry, woe is me? No, you stop and ask for directions. You maybe reprogram the GPS, or you call the house, or you call a family member and say, hey, I'm lost. This is where I am. Can you help me get back on track? You don't sit there and say, well, the GPS or my directions that I was told to take took me somewhere else. I guess I'm staying here. Woe is me. Life is so unfair. How could God do this to me? Turn around. Get off your ass and do something about it. If you spend all your life complaining and spending none of your life doing, whose fault is that? Free will gives you the choice to do nothing, or to be a jerk, or to be an internet troll, or to be a killer, or a rapist, or a murderer, or somebody that works in the government that controls other people, or at least thinks they have control over people, because we give them the illusion that they have the power over us, even though we outnumber them 10,000 to 1. And you don't need 1 ounce of violence to change the world. If you notice, businesses are going under. Why? Because people are stopping giving their money. Money is energy. It's a form of energy because you need to work, for the most part, to get that money. And what do you expel to get that money through work? Your energy, your life force. So you are literally giving your life energy force in this 3-dimensional body of yours to work at some job you probably hate to make just enough money to get by because you think, because you've been told that all your life, that's what you're supposed to do. You can keep following that path if you want to. As a matter of fact, I chose to escape that rat race, and somebody insulted me for it the other day, and it almost broke me. But I didn't let it break me more than that 12-hour period, and moved on from there and inspired people from that. So again, I show by example. I took what was really negative and what was really making me have to think about, am I on the right path? And realized I cannot let somebody else steal my energy by trying to take it from me by saying I'm angry or I'm jealous or I'm bitter or I'm upset with you. So instead of looking at myself and saying I can do better, I'm going to attack you because it'll make me feel better. But it's like a drug. How many heroin addicts do you know take heroin, which makes them feel good, and then all of a sudden become more and more productive in society and become a better and better person and become healthier and healthier as they continue to add more and more of that heroin into their body? You've never heard that in your life, but it makes you feel good. It keeps you distracted. You don't have to worry about working. You could spend your life doing what you want, but eventually you'll die from it, and it's going to be a horrible death when you're on the streets alone with no food and no water and no shelter and nobody to care about you, but you'll get that high until you die. So keep getting that high until you die. See where it takes you. Ignore your teeth. Watch them go away. Anybody out there say that's a good thing? So, in other words, life is trying to teach you that through your inaction, or through your wrong action, until you learn to take responsibility for what you choose to not only do, but what you choose not to do, until you take responsibility for that, you're going to keep getting the same lesson told to you over and over again. It's like a person that fails 7th grade and they don't study and they don't want to do the homework and they cause problems and they get left back. What happens? You have to learn that lesson all over again until one day you either quit, which means you never learned your lesson, or you eventually say, all right, I got to put in the effort because I'm tired of going back to the 7th grade. So choose what you want to do. And if you want to hate the people that become positive and have some success from their positivity, then that says more about you than it ever will the person that's trying to help people. So anybody that wants to make fun of me or attack me because I'm saying things that they're not ready emotionally to be able to understand and are unwilling to give it a try and would rather be abusive and obnoxious and painful and hurtful, even if it makes them laugh because they think it's funny to hurt others, well, I feel sorry for you. And your life is going to continue to make you angry. It's going to continue to have scenario after scenario where you're frustrated, where you give up hope. Because trust me, my life isn't a basket of roses. A lot of times when I do videos like this, with all the energy I give out, usually within 24 hours something bad, and I mean really bad, will happen to me. It's almost like I've given up my shield of protection to give it to others, and then I get attacked for it. So I'm sure within the next 24 to 48 hours, I can expect something negative to happen, but I'll take it as it's another challenge. It's another way for me to say, all right, you could beat me up all you want, life. You can throw negative thing after negative thing, which could hurt me, which could make me sad, which could make me have a loss, and I'll still bounce back and still do the kind things that I do. So I look at it as, you want to hit me with negativity? Bring it on. I'll show you that I will never turn into a psychopath. I will never turn into a murderer. I'll never stop feeding the stray animals just because I had a bad day or something bad happened to me. And that's the difference between a person that wants everything perfect and a slightest inconvenience ruins them. And the strong people who can have everything in their world collapse around them, and they still find a way to crawl back out from the dust and the rubble, and become something of a human being. So, I wasn't planning on doing another kind of video like this, but some people ask for it. Be careful what you wish for, you might get it. If you watched until this point, if you watched from the beginning to the end, congratulations, you're one of my power viewers. Proudly display that in the comments section once this uploads. If you're a person that clicks on all my videos and you watch this from beginning to end, and all the other videos you watch you click from beginning to end, congratulations, you're an ultra power viewer. Mention that in the comments. You could lie about it if you want to. I'm not going to check. Only you know if it's real or not. Doesn't give you anything other than making me proud of watching people that actually say that they do something, and I'll take your word for it. So let's do today's surprise subscriber shout out. If you like my content at all and you think maybe even one thing I said is something that resonates with you, be kind and hit the like button, because it does help my channel. If you want to join my Patreon, that's awesome. If you want to order one of my mystery boxes, that would be really cool, because the money goes towards helping me pay bills, help feed about 20 to 25 stray cats, and will help me continue to get the comics and make the videos that some of you seem to enjoy. So thank you to anybody that wants to do that. And we're going to pick today's surprise subscriber shout out. But before I do, once again, look on the bottom of the screen that you'll see in the AI art. Let me know what you think about the AI art in the comments section. And if you know anybody willing to do a trade for any of the books you see scrolling on the bottom of the screen, please have them contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. I want to show people that when you don't give up and you know something's going to happen, it's not going to happen sometimes right that instant. But if it happens a month later, 6 months later, a year later, 5 years later, because you didn't give up, then you're going to be really happy. So mark my words, one of the books you see scrolling by, eventually somebody's going to see this, or somebody's going to be contacted from somebody that sees this, and they're going to say, you know what, I have an extra AF-15. I would love to do a trade with you, and these are the books that I would like to get that book. They send it to me. I do a video showing the unboxing and who it was, unless they don't want to be known. I mail out their comic instantly, or comics that they wanted, and hopefully they do an unboxing video, and everybody's happy, and not one dime other than shipping costs were involved. And I get to finally show my subscribers, look at the thing I said I was going to have happen, and it finally happened. And it didn't happen right away, so that means every day I post this and talk about this, that it doesn't happen, I have failed. But you notice I do not give up. The day you die is the day you've given up. So until the day you're dead, don't give up. Because you can have, like me, be in the hospital dying, or have a person say you have 1 month to live. If you want to believe what they say, even if it happened to everybody else in history, you have that free will to do so. But you also have the free will to say, it's nice that you say that, and I appreciate you giving me those words so I can make a choice, but I choose to say, you know what? I'm going to make it through. I'm not going to die in a month. I'm not going to die for years. I'm going to be strong. I'm going to be able to walk again, talk again, see again, hear again, live again, whatever. And then make it happen. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, when you get the time, write the word believe, and look straight in the middle, you will find the word lie. Because whether you believe in something or don't believe in something, and that's how they trap you, they give you the glass is half empty or the glass is half full option, instead of realizing the glass is completely full, because they don't specify what is the glass half empty or half full with. They're only basing it on what you can see. You can't see microscopic organisms. You can't see air follicles. You can't see microscopic things that are in the air. So you focus on what you see. Because remember, seeing is believing. So in other words, what you see can be a lie. Notice how, if you watch AI these days, how real it's getting? To the point where they could put something on the news and 99% of the world will see it as factual when it could be just a piece of AI lie. Remember what they said in Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. Don't trust your eyes. They may deceive you. So if you want to believe that seeing is believing, then congratulations. You don't know anything. You're just going with what sounds right to you. And what do most people do? Follow what everybody else does. Because they don't trust in their own power. They don't believe they are Superman. They're waiting for Superman. And guess what? You'll spend all of eternity waiting for Superman. But like I said earlier, and I'm going to finish on this, I talked about how a creator has to be there to make a creation. And what is the purpose of infinity? Here's the secret that no one will ever tell you about. And this is coming from somebody that has a college education of 1 semester, never went to counseling, never went to school for any of this stuff, learned it all on my own. That the reason that whatever creator you want to believe in created infinity is because love is so powerful that it will wait forever for you to find it. So you could go down to the depths of hell and become the most evil entity in the entire known multiverse for millions of millennia. And one day you say, I've done every evil thing I can do. I am tired of it. I want to find something better. And that's the day you'll realize true love and why infinity was created. Because you will have forever to find your way back home. So thanks for watching. Let's do today's surprise subscriber shout-outs. Hello, who dat? But we're going to go with Frank Robert Johnson is 1. And Signature King 2. Thank you, both of you. Today's surprise subscriber shout-out means if either one of you have a YouTube channel, you could post a link in the comment section once this video uploads to either a specific video you have or to your channel. I'll leave that up to you. If you'd rather post the link to one of your social networks instead, you can do that. Or if you sell anything on Amazon, eBay, any of those places, or even privately, as long as it's kid-friendly, it doesn't have to be comic book related, I will help promote your product by placing the link in the comment section. Keep in mind, any link has to be approved. It won't be seen right away because it'll go automatically to spam. This is how I keep trolls or people that are doing, not nice things from posting links to places that people don't want their children to go to. So if you see a link in the comment section, it means it has been verified, it has been approved. So 16 people are watching right now. I don't know how many of you hit the like button because it won't show. But if you did, thank you. If you didn't, maybe one day you will. If you hit the dislike button, you know what? Take the time and put a comment as to why. And just be nice about it. Have a great day. And don't forget, it's not you, it is not I, it's We Love Comics. And thanks again, Kim, for being very kind and generous with those items that you sent me. They were not expected, but they were absolutely appreciated. If you are a power viewer and watch this to the end, put in the comments section of anything positive that you can say. Doesn't have to be about me. It could be about the message, or it could be about an experience or something you would like to do. But I'm going to warn you this. If you put a comment about what you'd like to do, you may want to start actually doing it. Stop dreaming, stop wishing, stop hoping, stop waiting, and make your dreams come true. And have the confidence to know that it's just a matter of time. And stop letting the negative people, even in your life, even people that may love you, from telling you you can't do something. How does anybody know you better than you? Thanks for watching, and don't forget to have your trolls spayed or neutered. Peace out, everybody. I'll see you next video.